What's up, YouTube? FatKings Phil coming at you for my 12-year anniversary from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I had back in July of 2013. Details are below. Hard to believe I made it this far. It just kind of snuck up on me that today was my anniversary. I think I realized it yesterday. And it's just kind of like, whoa, like I just don't pay attention to that anymore. I'm pretty much in the grind of just like trying to maintain. Well, actually, I'm trying to lose, and I have been for the last couple of years, as you guys well know. I think the last time I came to you was about a year ago. And at that time I was 257. I'm about 250 right now. So apparently I can lose 7 pounds in a year, but that's about as fast as I can go. Been really struggling kind of in that, right in that 240, like 246 to 252. I flex around in there a little bit, despite, being pretty consistent, I would say, with my eating, but maybe not as militant. So we'll talk about this, but yeah, so it's funny though, if I look over time, I'm actually dropping, but if you were to ask me on any given day, like especially from week to week, I would tell you I'm a failure and a miserable loser, because I'm so kind to myself all the time. Yeah. And I do really feel like I'm challenged, to drop weight, and, I have not been as consistent with the gym as I would like. But we'll kind of walk through all this. So, when I moved here, things were crazy. Whenever you move, it's crazy. It's stressful. Then my son moved out here with me, and we both took about a year to settle in. He had a good job here. He was living here. We were just splitting the utilities and things, so it was pretty expensive for both of us. And then so stacking money, getting to a place where we just could be comfortable. And he was able to buy a new car and pay it completely off within the first 9 months. Working hard and stacking savings, which is great because as we were getting into the end of last year, right after I gave you guys that video, things were starting to stabilize. Financially, things were looking really pretty good. We were, both in a good spot. I was starting to feel like that, okay, I'm settled here. We're here. And then early in, or maybe late, I think it was late that year. Yeah, he went to an event out in Pennsylvania. The main church that he goes to is out in Pennsylvania. He used to host the online version of that with the church. So they have like a Bible discussion, things like that. And so he got an opportunity to go out for this big event they had at the main church there. And he loved it. He just loved being around all the people. He loved the community. And he met a girl. You always meet a girl somewhere, right? No, he met a girl through the church, which I thought was amazing, given that he's that's a big part of his life. And so he decided, hey, you know what? The community's out there. She's out there. I can get a job out there. He actually got a better job out there than he had out here, which was saying something because he was doing okay here. Some of the stuff he didn't like doing, but he was getting paid well. And so he decided to move out there. So that kind of upended my apple cart a little bit in the sense of like, well, originally we had this 5-year plan out here, and I'm like, well, we're only, a year and I'll let some change into it. And now the 5-year plan is changing a little. So, but for the best reasons, right? I'm not, by no means was the 5-year plan supposed to, in any way get in the way of him progressing in his own life. I mean, he was 25 at the time. I would expect him to start, have his own life. So, moved him out to Pennsylvania this year, a few months ago. So I'm back to being kind of all by myself out here, and empty nester in a house that's way bigger than I need. Actually, I need about half the interior with the same garage, but you don't normally get a 3-car garage with half the interior. It's only a 1,700 square foot house. It's not a huge house compared to what I had even in Colorado, but yeah, it's still too much just for me. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here. I don't know if I'm gonna continue the 5-year plan here or somewhere else. It was never a guarantee that we were going to do building here in Oklahoma. It's definitely on the list, but it was not exclusively the only place we were looking. And I don't really want to be back in Pennsylvania, so I don't think I would move there. And my daughter's still out in Colorado. She was just kind of working on her degree and kind of decided, maybe this ain't for me. And so she's looking into some career options right now. So I'm pretty excited for her right now. But we'll see where things land with that. But since this year started, I got an opportunity to go on a cruise. Was like, oh, hey, want to get away. It's been terrible winter. What about a cruise? Okay, let's do it. So we just booked it and went. Had a great time. And then came back and then settled back in. I got an opportunity to pop into Vegas and see somebody I hadn't seen since the New York meet and greet way back. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going for sure. So I went, hung out there, and then came back and pretty much was just cruising along. And I said, well, okay, kid's gone. I'm got to figure out what I want to do with my life now. What do I want to do when I grow up? And so I said, well, you know, like I haven't made a lot of friends out here because I had him here. I didn't have to like make new friends. I mean, other than the neighbor next door and across the street, I don't really know a lot of folks here. My air conditioning guy is a cool dude. We talk about investing and stuff like that all the time. But other than that, like I don't really know anybody. And I hadn't really been dating. I haven't dated anybody seriously since I left Colorado. I think it's been over 2 years since I been in a relationship. Just haven't met anybody. And I haven't made a big effort to meet anybody either. That being said, I've goofed around with some of the online dating and stuff, but just nothing's quite clicking. So I'm just not that motivated to do it. I don't know. I want the end result, but I don't want to go through the process. So kind of sucks, if you want to lose the weight and you don't want to do the diet part, you don't get to the skinny part. It's kind of the same thing with dating. If you don't do the dating part, you don't get to the relationship part. So, but yeah, it just hasn't been a priority. And with my life changing anyway, with my son moving and me not knowing where I'm going to end up or what I'm going to do, I kind of feel like I'm in a limbo right now. I don't know what I want to do right now. So one of the things I did decide though is I'm like, hey, I need to get out more and explore, not just sit here and, watch the last days of my life click away from the inside of a house or on a computer screen. And so I ended up buying an adventure motorcycle, and which I'd ridden bikes back when I was big, back in I'll say 2011, 10, 11. I used to ride a cruiser and it was just too dangerous. It was just too many people, in Colorado Springs was just too big. And so there's just too many cars. And so, I kind of gave it up. And I had little kids at the time. It was not very smart of me anyway. But now that I'm kind of like, okay, well, I don't live where there's a bunch of cars. Where I am at, it's all like I can go back roads everywhere and just be kind of, driving through the countryside, if you will, and maybe a car here and there. But so a lot safer. Nothing's 100% safe, but safer. And then wear all the gear, the helmets, the jackets, the pants, they even make this is cool. I don't know if most people know this, but they make these airbags you wear. There's put it on and zip it up. It's got canisters, and if it detects you falling, they deploy. So I need to get one of those. I haven't done that yet, but it definitely if I do any long-term riding or long distance riding, I'll definitely be getting one of those. It's worth the investment. It's kind of what's been going on. And then right about that time that I bought that, finally broke some money loose from my savings. I'm a very responsible guy, like to have savings and all that fun stuff. My roof got damaged to the point where it had to be replaced, and because it was old, and because all the new homeowners policies are written with a 2% value of home deductible, I only got $4,000 from the insurance company, so I had to tear my the remaining savings in half and put a roof on, which I wasn't thrilled about. And then my AC, which is very old, is also 15 years old because the house is 15 years old. It started giving up the ghost. It's got a slow leak, so I had my guy come back out this year and just hey, just refill it for this year, and then next year we'll replace the whole thing, because next year I'll have hopefully another profit sharing year with work this year. It's looking pretty good so far. And whatever I get from that profit sharing, I can invest into replacing all that stuff. Well, lo and behold, that cost $500 to recharge it. But then the other day, the fan motor locked up, and that caused the capacitor to go bad on top of it. So that was another $600. So, just every time I turn around now, I'm getting hit for $500, $500 here, $500 there, $500 there. So it's definitely it's been a little bit of a discomfort from a financial position, if you will. It's good that I had the money in the bank and, that I had saved some money for these kinds of things. But, when they all hit kind of similarly right after you get yourself a toy that, you were already struggling with doing, struggling mentally, not physically, but it is what it is. All things for a reason. By the time I get done fixing all this stuff, this house is probably gonna be worth more than I can sell it for. So, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm not in a big hurry to move. So, yeah, so that's kind of where things are at there. Have not been as consistent with the gym as I would like. I switched gyms about, I don't remember when I switched gyms. It's probably, I think it was this year. I just did not like my other gym. And so when you don't like it, you don't go. The new gym, I like it more, but I don't like that the hours are very restrictive. And I just haven't consistently been doing the things I need to do there. Again, since I'm not bulking anymore, I'm doing a lot more walking, a lot more low weight, high rep lifting, which is just better overall for what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get more endurance and less brute strength. It's nice to be strong. It's great. It's fun, but it comes with weight. You put on muscle and fat. I think I talked about this in the last video. So I'm just trying to lean off some of that weight, get back down to about 230-ish. I think would be my optimum spot. And at 7 pounds a year, that should take me 2-3 years, something like that. No, hopefully I can find some way to move the needle a little quicker. I think it's just going to come down to consistency. And, I've been changing some supplements up as well to help, just combat. Hey, man, I'm training for my 70s and my 80s, but I'm also aware that, age brings some slowing down of metabolism and things like that. And so you got to do some extra stuff. I think that that's one thing that I'm very happy about. I'm very proactive about that part of it. So I've added in glutamine and DHEA as to my supplement regimen, and took some other supplements out. And then I added creatine. But I'm only doing 10 milligrams of 10 milligrams of. Is it 10 milligrams? Pretty sure it's 10 milligrams. Yeah, 10 milligrams of that, because most bodybuilders do about 25. But you get a lot of bloating, like a lot of weight retention, a lot of weight gain from water retention and things like that. And I'm just like, I'm not having that. I can't live with that. So, I don't need any extra weight on me. It just blows my mind out, even though I know it's water, it doesn't matter. So adding that back in is supposedly there's some, not only does it give you good physical, there's all kinds of great benefits from creatine. Do your own homework, see your doctor, all that stuff. I'm not giving you medical advice. But you also apparently have some studies I'm seeing, they're starting to see some things with mental acuity. It helps with mental acuity. It helps with mental health as far as like keeping your brain healthy. So I'm definitely down with trying 10 milligrams a day, see if it makes any difference in both my recovery and in just general overall clarity of thought and things like that. Can't hurt. Preventative maintenance. This is all preventative maintenance. About that time that the whole roof thing happened, I forgot to tell you guys, I did get an opportunity to go to Kauai too. So again, I'm not going to ever say no to an opportunity like that, once in a lifetime opportunity, even when I'm reeling from, air conditioners and roofs and stuff. It's I got to go. Right. And so, my daughter was there for her cousin's wedding. She'd gone with her mom, on Tuesday. They had flown in, and my ex-wife was leaving on Thursday. I'm like, you don't go to Hawaii for 2 days. So I'm like, I'll fly there and then we'll stay till Monday. So yeah, that put a little dent in the budget too, but we had an amazing time. We got to raft down it was in Kauai. So we went, and I had not been to Kauai, and that was one of my last islands I wanted to kind of check off. And so I checked the box. It was fun. We got to go down the waterways, the old sugarcane waterways in an inner tube, which was a blast. It was on my bucket list. Got it done. I feel like it was great. And it was really weird because I was one of the few men there who took his shirt off to ride in the inner tubes. And then I got self-conscious about the fact that I was one of the few people there with no shirt on, which weirded me out. But I was totally comfortable doing that, which if you've watched my videos before, you know that was always a thing. I wouldn't walk past a mirror with my shirt off when I was alone, let alone in public. I couldn't do it. And it's so weird since the plastics and just, being able to, even at this little bit higher weight than where I was at my lowest, even right after I had plastics, I was obviously lower than this. I still feel completely comfortable with my shirt off. I don't think I look bad. There's some skin still here that's loose. All material's loose in here from where I lost the weight. It goes all the way back into here. I'm always going to have that. And I'm not going to have surgery to have that taken out. I'm not going to have my, I'm just not. And I'm not one, and I think I've told you guys this before, but I'm not one to be able to really build big pecs. just not my body just doesn't respond. I've tried every trick, every type of thing. It's plenty strong. It just doesn't grow. So that's fine. Whatever. I'm just, I'm not 25. I'm not going to be in, GQ magazine anytime soon. I'm not doing any bodybuilding competitions. It's like I'm training for longevity here. So, but yeah, totally comfortable with it. I don't feel like I'm going to look around and look at other guys my age and I'm like, well, I look better than that guy. So I look better than that guy. So on average, I think I'm probably, as strange as this for me to say out loud, in better shape than most people my age, especially here. That's one downside to living here. There's a lot of unhealthy people here, but, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that in the mental space. But at the same time, I'm not happy with my body. I mean, I'd love to be a 5% body fat, every little muscle showing through, the whole bit. I'd love to do that. Am I willing to live that way to get to that? No, I'm not willing, apparently. Otherwise, I'd been done it already, right? So I got a friend who just started, she was doing a body prep for a show. And, she had to be all consumed with that and that foremost for 12, like those 12 weeks, she had to be, every day 100% on plan, on target. It was like when I did plastics, I was 100% on plan, on target every day for 12 weeks straight. No breaks, no missing a single rep, nothing. I can't sustain that in a regular lifestyle. I can't. I can do it for a short period, no problem, but I can't maintain it over a long time. But there are still plenty of things I still need to tweak and adjust, and I am going to make some changes here to see how it affects things, but I've kind of gotten tired of trying to say, okay, I'm going to lose this much weight and starting to do these things and seeing no result, and then that gets it's very disheartening. So I think what I'm trying to do is change a thing, see if it does something, see what the result is. Change another thing, see what the result is. Very iterative kind of mentality, which is probably why it's taking a year to lose 7 pounds. But we'll figure it out. I don't know. We will or we won't. I'll just keep trying. That's all I can do. That's all I know I can do. So, yeah. Anyway, typical me. This has gone on probably longer than it should. I just want to let you guys know I'm alive. I have not put all my weight back on. I am I have shirts from, I just figured this out yesterday. I had shirts from 11 years ago that still fit. The tank tops that still fit. So I'm like, well, what happened? And I buy XL slim fit or 2XL slim fit shirts, button ups. I'll buy 2XL slim cut, and then I'll have them tailored because I made my back and my chest bigger, or wider. It's mainly my back. And so it was pulling the buttons. I think I told you guys it pulls the buttons here instead of down here, but then it's like a tent everywhere else. So I have to have the shirts tailored in for my midsection, but still fit properly on my chest. But it's not, it's not the, I don't know. I don't know that I'm ever going to be happy with my body per se. So it is what it is. But those shirts still fit, and the pants I got as a gift, workout shorts that I got as a gift, about 8-9 years ago, still fit 100% fine. I wear them to the gym all the time still, which sounds weird for something that lasts that long, but they're Lululemons, and I only wear them 5 hours a week. So 4 or 5 hours a week for all those years. So, it's crazy to me. And then the shorts I bought last year, some of them are the cargo shorts are almost too big. And I haven't changed waist size. I mean, I don't feel like I've changed that much. I haven't lost any weight. I know inches are different than pounds. I get it. And that's another thing. I did try to do a 12-week stint when my friend was doing her 12-week stint, but that's when life went kind of sideways for me. So I started off really strong, and at the end I had to give up and be like, nope, it's not the right time to be doing this for me. I just modified back down to more reasonable, be careful with eating, focus on proteins, all that fun stuff, but just been stuck. So anyway, all right, guys, that's a very long, boring video for you, but figured I'd share. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Very strange times. We'll just see where life goes from here. But yeah, hopefully I'll have some fun adventures to share next time. All right. Well, until next year, it's good to be the king.